Coyote Stark. So this is the one character that you guys are gonna see. This fucking matchup for Uryu is like fucking 99 in Coyote Stark's favor and 0.1 to Uryu's favor because of how botched it is. So imagine you have a full screen projectile and then they said, okay, we're just gonna make it faster. And we're also gonna make sure that it does more guard crush. And we're also just gonna like increase the damage and guard crush amount. And we're also, we also made his charge faster. So this is a character that can just charge his spiritual pressure bar because it's a necessary part of his moveset. I don't know why they would make it work that way. Like, why not just give him his own unique meter that he can charge up? Because giving him access into his level 2 is really stupid. His level 2 basically turns all of his hits into a fucking mock truck, and your shield basically just disappears. Your guard disappears. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about that guard break buff, where it's harder to break people's guards. This nigga will sit at you full screen, throwing fucking full screen projectiles at you, and then will completely tear your guard down, and then guard break you, mind you, across the screen, and then he'll basically be able to get you all the way down to at least the first soul destruction or soul break before you can even like get in on him. And getting in on this character, I guess for most of the roster, may not be a big deal, but if your character is a bit slower, Uryu is, it's like, good luck, good fucking luck. You basically just lose. If you can't keep up with this character, you basically just lose, like right there. So imagine this, right? He has all this shit where, okay, as long as he gets like one charge, like as long as he gets to out neutral you, and then he does either like white burst or something to gain some spiritual pressure gauge, hits you at full screen, basically has you in like a block stun loop until you can either get a meter or learn to sidestep them, which they are very difficult to sidestep, especially online. And then he hits you with a soul break, right? He hits you with a soul break for 3. Now guess what they did? He would have white bursted already. So he's gonna have his awakening as soon as you even like get like 2 touches on him. He's gonna have his awakening. And his awakening, not only does it do more damage, but not only can he use it to get out of combos, but as long as he has 4 or more stocks, he does 6 stocks off of 1 keycon move. It doesn't matter whether it's soul destruction, soul break, it doesn't matter. He can soul destruction you for 6. So that means that he can spam shots at you until you get the first 3 stocks down, and then he can simply just stall that out until he's ready to awaken, and then hit you with 1 awakening tap, hit you with 1 tap for 6 stocks. That's 9. That is 9 stocks right there that you are just losing. There are not a lot of characters that can just, I get that there are not a lot of characters that like struggle against Stark because they can pressure him more than he pressures them, and they can just stop him from charging. But if you have a slower character, and I guess this is like a really like unique issue because like Stark and Uryu are like the only real zoners you could say in the game. No other character has this problem, so no other character has like this like nearly impossible fucking uphill battle that Uryu has against Stark. So I don't believe this character should have anything. I believe this character should go right back to where he was. This character deserves nothing, because if this character becomes good, this game becomes toxic. The longer this character stays good, the worse this game gets, because this character does not have a healthy, functional playstyle, because it just walls you out so much. And then they just made all of his shit faster. So imagine a full screen projectile gets faster. Imagine that. That's insane. That's an insane design choice, right? So I feel like this is, I don't know, all these buffs are kind of just capped. I feel like the 2 players at equal level, like Stark, will always have somewhat of an advantage if he's able to like, he can combo into his keycon move, right? Or into his Harugeki, and then his flash step follow-up attack pretty much puts you at full screen, which means unless you have 1 bar meter, he's going to get a decent amount of charge, and that charge is going to be enough for him to kind of like keep looping that. And you can't just sit there and guard, because if he gets to level 2, like, you're not gonna be able to do shit. So this is not a healthy character, and I don't think he should have gotten this much love, but I guess the people who played him complained enough, so here we are. Alright guys, so you've heard me talk about how overtuned Coyote Stark is, so now let's go into a long set of me going up against Coyote Stark.
You seem like you could be around us without getting killed. Okay then. Shall we get going? Lynette?
Are you ready?
Get ready. It's
So round start, you can see me being a little more aggressive, right? I get that first flash step follow-up attack because might as well. See me using signature move, and he immediately goes for White Burst, right? Now, if you aren't aware, Stark cannot use those long beams without having his spiritual pressure meter. So essentially, his signature move charges his spiritual pressure gauge, which allows him to be able to hit you from long range. So now I White Burst activate, which seems like a good idea, right? But then he just starts to get those beams that can go full screen, which is his special flash attack. It's not his regular one. So his regular flash attack only goes mid-range, while his special flash attack is pretty much full screen. And then he gets to combo it into his lights. So he can do his lights normally because his lights don't take up his meter. It's only his flash attacks, which are his heavy attacks, which can are the ones which he can do full screen. Now I'm having an issue because I'm trying to do Uryu's special flash attack to attempt to punish him, but A, I can't outrange him because he outranges me, and B, I also cannot outspeed him because his beams are faster than mine. So essentially he gets to wall me out, and then what he did is that he went for his level 2, right? It's a really quick level 2 activation, so it's kind of hard to see. But when he goes for his level 2, his beams do way more guard break pressure, or they take out more of your guard gauge. So you can see my shield is like butter. I'm basically playing Naruto Storm here. My shield is butter, so guarding doesn't make sense. Like, because if I get guard broken, then I can't counter those beams. Whereas, like, it's just really awkward for Uryu to play in this matchup because it's like, you essentially just have to try to stop Stark from hitting his, or from being able to play and gain his meter, but you can't do that when it's so easy for him to gain his meter. And it's kind of like G in Street Fighter V, where he hits you with something and then he gets to like level up. So the more he hits me, the more he gets rewarded, because the more he gets to just charge for like 2 to 3 seconds and then get like 50 more spiritual pressure gauge. Now again, I'm thinking White Bursting makes sense. I'm gaining back health, I'm getting special spiritual pressure gauge, but it's so easy for him to telegraph my teleports, and my dash is just too slow to like approach him normally. Sidestepping, especially online, is extremely difficult. So my options are kind of limited. I essentially have to save my teleport for the right time. Now you can see he's going for lights here despite having full meter, because he just wants to get me in a range where he can go for his awakening. And this is the most ridiculous part, y'all. This is it, man. Like, pre-patch, Stark would have to take 2 stocks off you, or 2 soul destructions off you, before he could do this. For some reason, they buffed this man to take out 6 stocks at once. So if you cannot touch him, he's winning. He just needs to get 1 soul destruction when he's at 9 bars, or 1 soul destruction pre-awakening, and then once he gets that soul destruction, he's probably going to have enough meter to awaken, and once he has enough meter to awaken, he takes out 6 bars. So he does like enough damage to where he's puts you in the red, and then once he puts you in the red, he's just gonna play dumb, play the numbers game, let you hit him for a little bit, or he's gonna White Burst. And then once he has his awakening, he's going to go awakening and then hit you for 6 stocks. Which is crazy. This character is so overtuned. Oh my god. I don't know why they would give a zoner just like the absolute balls. Like the absolute just... audacity of this character is just insane. And it's kind of horseshit, because if you don't have meter, what are you supposed to do? Again, like, trying to sidestep these takes like a lot of practice. It takes a lot of practice, and I don't face this character enough to do that, which I definitely will have to practice it after, you know, after playing all these sets, but it's just not easy. Like, at best I trade with one beam of his. I probably should have saved this awakening for when he got his shits going, like once he started hitting me again. But in my mind, I'm like, I need to get to I'm never going to get to reawakening against this character, if I'm being real. It just doesn't seem to be something within the realm of possibility. This character gets to kill me so quickly that reawakening is not even like an option in this matchup, which is insane. Like, I can't use my best tool against this character because he can kill me so fast. That's not a balanced game. That's not a balanced character. This is like 99% in Stark's favor, this matchup. And so because his activation freezes time, you can't punish it. It's perfectly safe. Like, he can just do level 2 whenever as soon as he has a meter, he can just do it. So as long as you're not already mid-button trying to hit him with something, he's safe. If he's hitting you with beams, and then he does like level 2 mid beam, or after hitting you and you're still in block stun, guess what? You're still in block stun after the level 2's done. And the level 2 is what gives his fucking beams so much guard pressure. And of course, level 2, not useful. He read me with the grab. And yeah. Then I had to realize, like, oh yeah, I'm playing Uryu against a sword character. It just doesn't work out.
You won't escape me.
The only way I can get Coyote Stark to take out less than 6 stocks is that I have to get him down to 4 stocks. 4 stocks? That's kind of ridiculous. I have to take out...
Stop moving around so much. It's disgraceful.
at least 5 stocks at once? I need to be able to get to Spirit Break to do that. I'm not getting the Spirit Break against this character. He does way too much, even in the early game. He does way too much. Like, he does so much that my white bursts are essentially useless. And so something that I think I should be doing more against this character is, instead of white bursting, I should be blue bursting. So blue bursting gives you back your guard gauge. And yeah, they should definitely nerf the length of time that this character gets his level 2. There's also no... to my knowledge, there's no bar or anything that shows how much level 2 he has left. Also, if he guard breaks you... Look at this. So, just instant soul destruction. Now, this... He messed up. He messed up here, right? I have 7 stocks. Now, it's not... He doesn't get punished for this mistake. Because now this means I still have 1 more health bar. But because he was able to break my guard twice... It's just another soul destruction. This is what the character had to do before. Now, should I have been at least attempting to teleport with my meter? Yes. But that's getting in once. Getting in once doesn't matter in this, for Uryu at least. Uryu can't do that much damage if he only gets in once. He's only doing like 3,000 at most. I need to be able to get in 3, 4, 5 times against this character. and there just aren't enough openings. Like, the way that they balanced Uryu is they made him better at getting in against most of the cast. You could say. He's better at getting in against most of the cast, but he's worse at doing damage once he gets in. So you see me doing this special flash attack when the whole elevation thing comes into play. It's a weird like the elevation thing is a weird mechanic because it basically means that someone has to approach you when they knock you away. That's essentially what it means. Or you have to, like, someone has to approach. You have to, like you can't, like, you're allowed to teleport to catch up to them. Otherwise, you have to take a risk with approaching, or someone has to take that risk.
Let's keep going. Kept you waiting. Sorry. Time to close in.
Now, here's the thing. When you're that far away, and Stark chooses not to approach, but rather to charge, chasing Stark after getting that far is a really difficult thing to do. Now you can see I'm hitting Stark with a 4-stock Soul Destruction, which was not a good idea. I should have waited for that Soul Break, but I didn't think I was going to get it. So you can see I'm kind of making a little more of a comeback this round. Like, oh my god, the fucking range. And then again, activation is safe. It's safe. That's ridiculous, man. He gets so much off of it, and it's safe. And then he gets to go Awakening, right? Because he's brought my health down far enough. He's like, all right, time to fuck you up. And these wolves are bullshit. He gets to use, like, this is like, he gets to use them even when he's getting hit. So even if you interrupt him, or even if you start to hit him with a combo, and yeah, level 1. It's like I do get Oki off of level 1, but it's just not that great. So now I'm going Reawakening because I can, and I need the extra health bar or the extra health. And it doesn't really help. Also, it doesn't help that, like, I had no meter. Also, for some reason, it did not teleport me there. I was mashing teleport. It didn't work there for some reason. And I was just really tight. Now, it's like just one option because he gets to Soul Break for 5. I mean, Soul Destruction for 5, which is ridiculous. Someone fix this character, please.
But they're Lily Net too. You won't escape me.
And he just gets the game, right? That was my most winnable position. And he gets to win the game from there. So you have to get him below 4 stocks.
It's disgraceful.
So what I should have did is instead of trying to go for game there, I should have just Soul Destruction the character. Because that way, he wouldn't have been able to hit me for 5 stocks at once, and I would have had another health bar. So that was my mistake, but I wasn't thinking like that in that moment because I wasn't aware that he needed so many stocks in that like, I didn't know that at the time of fighting him. Now pre-patch, I get it. Pre-patch, people were complaining and they were like, man, this character, he's so, like, it's so hard for him to fight, like, or to make a comeback. Because once you get him to low enough stocks, he stops being able to do 6 stocks. And he can only do 3 stocks maximum. But look at this. He gets such a good early game now. It's so good. He gets such a good early game. Like, at least take away his late game. Like, you nerfed Uryu's Reawakening so hard. Like, the character used to be able to kill you in 10 different ways. Now Reawakening has to play the game. I'm not complaining that you nerf Reawakening when it was like, if it's stupid, it's stupid. You can nerf it. That's fine. But then you let a character like this exist, where his early game and his late game are equally like just as stupid. Now I'm teleporting again. Got in. Fumbled the combos a little bit. It didn't matter. It didn't matter that I got in, because I don't get that much off of it anyway. Now I go Awakening, right? Stop his pressure a little bit. And now that I have a little more range, again, kind of just like last time, I can use that to my advantage. And again, he gets to Soul Destruction me again. And he's not at Awakening yet, so he's still not. He's not punished for doing two Soul Destructions instead of just one. So yeah, people were complaining because Stark essentially has to suicide himself, right? I don't know if the word is gonna trigger anything, but he essentially has to suicide himself to be able to kill the opponent. Is people's argument. Not anymore. He just gets to stay base form, spam full screen. And I'm waiting for White Burst here, which not the best idea. And he's not gonna try to Soul Destruction me there because there's no point. He can take out 5 stocks at once. So here we go. Grab. I hit him with the Blue Burst, which wasn't what I wanted because it doesn't increase my fighting spirit gauge. But yeah, it's like technically I do have something of a fighting chance once he reaches Coyote Stark. I mean, once he reaches Awakening. But it's just like one mistake and I lose the game. Like, that is not good. That is not a good and well-balanced character.
I can't have you killing my friends.
And you can see I'm just hitting rematch. I'm only losing 10 points per loss, which to me is not a big deal. Like, I can take a few losses. I need to learn this fucking matchup. That's what I need to do. Now, there are certain things that I couldn't learn while I was playing, right? Like, I wasn't aware of the fact that taking away more of his stocks would bring how much damage he does down. It wouldn't have changed most of these matches, but the one match where it could have made a difference, it didn't, because I didn't know it was a thing. So it's little things like that that I need to learn, which again, his level 2 is ridiculous. He gets just, that is not unsafe. What game are we playing right now? And the fact that like his beams trade with my arrow, and that they're faster than my arrow, meaning that I can't do much about it, is kind of crazy. It's really a struggle to fight this character with Uryu. And I needed to get you guys to visualize or to see just how botched this matchup is. Because like I'll acknowledge like when I'm playing bad or when I think like, okay, that's definitely my fault. Like I'll acknowledge when something is my fault, but this is just like not unwinnable, but is extremely difficult. Like 2 players at equal level, Stark and Uryu, is like Stark should always win. Unless by the grace of God that Uryu player has like the God reads. Stark is just always winning.
Let's try this again, shall we?
So when I'm up close, I can punish him. But one mistake puts me at nearly full screen, where it's harder to punish him. So even prioritizing getting up close, my character doesn't move fast enough to get up close without him hitting me with arrows or without him charging.
Guess it's time to focus. Just stay
I probably could have punched him there
preparing for
because of the
you're right.
distance buff. Now I'm kind of just. I knew he had evolution. I'm like, there's no point in trying to stop him.
Stark.
I mean, maybe there could have been. Maybe I could have pressed something there, but yeah, really difficult.
You can't run.
I also don't think if he's high enough stocks, like if he's still at full stocks, he shouldn't be able to start with wolves. In my opinion, he should at least have to sacrifice something.
Pretty nasty power there. Stark. I see.
Ooh, and those wolves have a distance limit. Actually, I wasn't paying attention to that in the fight. Now, he has level 2 here, which does a fucking fuck ton of damage. Oh, that was level 1. That was even level 2. Excuse me.
They're stark, but they're lily necked too. You won't escape me.
Wild.
I can't have you killing my friends.
All right, we're still going.
Shall we get going?
This is gonna be the last one.
Time to focus. Time to close in.
But now you guys can see why I was complaining about Coyote Stark getting all his buffs.
Just preparing for
Because this is ridiculous. No character should be able to do 6 damage, 6 stocks right off the bat. Even with all these, like when he gets 2 soul destructions, I at least get fighting spirit gauge that gives me a chance to make reawakening. If he has to hit me with 2 soul destructions. So in my mind, that is a winnable fight because reawakening is good enough to kind of make up for this botched ass early game. And as you can see here, I blue burst, right? This is smarter. I should have just held guard because I had blue burst up. I should just hold guard because because my shield recovery comes faster, and he has to use up all his meter essentially. Which if I would have held grab a little earlier, I didn't even know that fucking shit. Right, and he was not able to take advantage of the fact that I was guard broken. He doesn't want to approach me because that's a bad decision. He's way too slow to approach. And his normal is stubby just like mine. So if he tried to approach me, I'd easily punish him with flash attack. So that's not something that he wants to do. Yeah, I probably should just use normal light attack there, but that Hakugeki was kind of crazy. Dude, I teleported. No. Look, dude. Teleported. He did level 2 in my face. And then hit me with normal right after. I should have had the frame advantage there. That's ridiculous, man. That's why this character is just so stupid. Also, he should be like Bankai Ichigo, right? Where Bankai Ichigo, when he does his level 2 and he has that meter, it should like some little bar should pop up above his spiritual pressure gauge that shows how long he gets to do this, or how long his beams are upgraded for, because that's what most characters have. I don't know why Stark doesn't have that. And then it should go down every time he uses a beam. It shouldn't be like this, like, ambiguous amount of time. It should be visible how long he has with his level 2 left, because that's kind of ridiculous. Because now it's like, it's kind of just like guess for game now. Yeah, so again, Stark got it because of course he did.
You won't escape me.
So crazy. Not too difficult with this character. I mean, he did go down to 8 stocks. He did pay a stock to get those wolves, but it is what it is.
Are all your friends this powerful?
So he beat my ass 6-0, and then he was like, all right, I'm done. And so am I with this fucking game. But if you guys want to see more fights like this, subscribe.